Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you everything that I do to prep for a big seasonal decor change. Now when it comes to my spring and summer decor, I tend to leave out a lot of my regular home decor as my home decor leans very coastal and light and airy, so that serves as kind of the perfect backdrop for any of the different decor styles that I do throughout those 2 seasons. However, when it comes to fall, Halloween, and my main event, Christmas, not only do the two styles kind of clash, but I also have such a higher volume for those 3 seasons that I do have to put away some of my own pieces so that way I have room for my special items for those seasons. I do live in Florida, so everything outside is very green, so I do try to tone down everything inside that is very green or tropical, so that way it can still have that cozy change of season feel. So today I'll be showing you everything that I'm putting away, how I store it. I'll be doing a little bit of cleaning, and then I will also be changing out a furniture piece to match more of a neutral vibe, and I actually did that the other night, so I'll be inserting that clip shortly after this. If that all sounds like something you'd be interested in seeing, then just keep watching. I did also want to mention that before filming, I did a deep clean and wash of my huge area rug, took it outside to pressure wash, shampoo it, and then I took all of the cushion covers, blankets, and pillow covers off of the couch, washed them, vacuumed the couches, and sanitized everything before I add new fall blankets and throw pillows. If that's something you want to see more of though, you can go find that video over on my TikTok. Okay guys, so right now, I am in my front sitting room. I got this couch earlier this year. Yes, earlier this year, and this was a Facebook Marketplace find. This was $150 for a white slipcovered couch. So this is like that Pottery Barn dupe. And it was in pristine condition, so that was just an awesome Facebook Marketplace find. But I've had this chair for years, and I also got this off of Marketplace for $20. And my roommate and I at the time, we drove like 45 minutes or an hour to go get it. And this is back when my house was very coastal, very, very coastal, very blue. So it matched perfectly. And this is originally, I think, like a $400 chair. So at the time, that was a huge, huge find. So unfortunately though, this chair, I brought it home and it definitely needed a good cleaning. So I washed the cushion, tried to scrub it down, but unfortunately the cushion ripped. So it's not necessarily a chair that I like to sit in or like to allow people to sit in because I don't want it to get ruined. So while it's beautiful, it kind of just sits here and it's not the proper reading nook that I wish it was. Also, because it does have starfish on it, I feel like seasonally, as I get to decorate for, or as I'm getting ready to decorate for fall and Christmas, I do feel like the starfish kind of throw it off. It was a little different when I decorated for a coastal Christmas or things like that, but you know, I really have wanted to find something to match this exactly, so that way it's a complete set, so it looks like actual set of furniture, because that really is the goal. After all this time, you really want to find complete sets of furniture, and also the fact that it's starfish. So I might still change it out in the summer. Honestly, it's so cute, and it really does look pretty when I had all my blue stuff out for the summer this year, but I think I'm going to put it in the guest room and then try out a new chair that I found on Marketplace and see how it works. Now, I do think this chair is a little bit shorter. Get down, Maggie. Oh, okay. Well, I do think this chair is a little bit shorter than the starfish one, which is okay. That's fine. Okay, I think that looks really cute though. Oh, I haven't actually sat in it yet. Oh yeah, that feels nice. It's a rocker. I think I have to, oh. So we're testing out the chair. This chair was also actually a marketplace find. I just picked this up yesterday with my brother. And definitely when I picked it up, needed some love, for sure. It was very stained up, not quite exactly what I expected. It's also a completely different pattern underneath. I was under the impression that it was like this couch, where it's kind of just like a taupe tan unfinished fabric underneath that's made for a slipcover. So it's a slip covered couch. This is a chair with a slipcover. Very different. But you cannot tell. And I washed it probably each little piece 3 or 4 times to get some of the stains out. Hand scrubbed a lot of it, but honestly looks good as new. That's the thing about marketplace, is you have to kind of see it beyond maybe what's advertised. But most of my house is marketplace, so I'm sure there will be many more finds to come in my videos future. This is how it turned out. I think it looks really nice. And this is remnants of so many old things, so many different old rooms, but it just looks nice all together. Really simple and cozy and coastal for the guests, but looks nice though. Okay, now you guys can see it in the daylight. Well, kind of. It's a very stormy, rainy day here today. This is kind of how we know that it's fall in Florida. Fall really just stands for hurricane season. But so this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take away. So this year I am actually going to be taking this down. I have never taken this piece down before. For one, it's super heavy, and also this is a really unique sized wall. So I always just leave this piece up. I love this piece. I've had it since I was a teenager, and my brother actually had the same one in his bedroom, and so now that lives at my parents' house. But I have just never had a piece to replace it, so I've just always left it up. But this year, I actually found a mirror on Facebook Marketplace, and I spray painted it, so I'll insert that clip of me spray painting it. And so I believe that's what I'm going to hang here instead. So I'm going to go ahead and take this down, and then before I even decorate for fall, I'm just going to go ahead and get it up so I can make sure that it fits in the space before I officially put this away. Let's see. Oh, that's going to look so pretty. I'm also going to go ahead and just take this wire off because I don't want this on there, and I don't want it to scratch the wall either. So I'll just go ahead and take it off. Okay. Also, this is not picture wire. This is, I think, floral wire. So, like, this is way too thin to be hanging something. This is just way too thin to be hanging something this heavy on. So you're gonna take your tape, flip these up, because that's where the screw has to be in order for these to hang on. And I'm gonna line it up with this side because this side is higher than this side. So I need to be able to mark the difference between the two, because we do have to overcompensate for that. And then you're gonna mark where these screws should be. Okay, So now we have our guide. So I'm gonna take this back off and then I'm gonna move the mirror. Now also for me, before I hang this on the wall, I measured this. So this is 64.5 inches. The wall is 9 feet. So I will be putting this, I believe, to line it up. The top of the frame is like, to center it was like 15.75 inches or something like that. So I'll do that plus the 12 inches to figure out where the hooks need to go, because I do want it centered on the wall. So here it is, officially hung. I think that just looks so cool. It is so much bigger in person. The only thing I need to do is touch up those little spots up there. That was from the previous beach sign. So I probably just need to take a magic eraser and then like a little dab of paint, but it looks so good in this room. So you have the mirror, and then it is the same color as this little bench that I refinished. So it just looks so nice from this angle. And then when the Christmas tree is over there, that's going to be so pretty for Christmas. Also, while we're hanging stuff on the wall and doing other things, I am going to go ahead and hang a new piece of artwork up here. It is just like a neutral, like abstract-esque painting. I'm sure some people are just going to say it's a sad beige piece of art, but that's okay. Normally I have this up year-round, except for at Christmas. I do put something else up there. And so all I'm doing is I went and got a poster, printed at Walgreens, and I'm going to put it in the same frame that I have the Christmas artwork in. So it's a super cheap way. I think it costs $15 to do it. Just downloaded something on Etsy and they were having a sale for like $1. So all in all, $16 for some new artwork to go up there. This is beautiful, but I definitely think that it leans more coastal, summery, and so I'd really like to implement something else up there since I do put pumpkins and things on this side. I went ahead and took the poster out. This one is the one for Christmas. I love this so much. I think it's just so beautiful, and all around my house I have black and white photography as artwork. I just think it's so classy. I've always loved like Ansel Adams photos. Oh, Maggie. And so I thought this was so pretty. Being Christmassy without having just a piece of artwork or a wreath. And then this is definitely just more neutral. I didn't want to do pumpkins or anything super literal. So I just wanted to do something a little more tonal. So it just looks like that. It's nothing crazy. And it'll be super pretty in this natural frame too. Okay, and then take the back. And this frame, this is just a poster frame, literally from Walmart. I think their poster frames are super inexpensive and honestly decent quality. They're not too bad. It depends obviously on what you're looking to hang, but this is just a seasonal piece. So to me, I didn't want to invest too much money into something that I just change out. And I think it's just a really easy way to have custom artwork. And then voila, a super pretty piece of modern art. So let's go hang it up. take away the coral, but I am gonna leave these two frames for now. I do have, behind these pictures, I have different ones for Christmas and fall. So I'm gonna leave them here for now. I'm not exactly sure if I wanna change this up for fall when I decorate, but I'm not exactly sure what yet. So I'm just gonna leave these here for now. Even though they're coastal, these already have the pictures in them, so we'll come back to that. So I have never, well, I take that back. So I only usually take these out for Christmas time, and I haven't done it for fall, but I think this year I want to try. There was a olive tree that was on super major clearance, like $20 on Amazon. It was one of those flash sales. So I ordered one of those to try to put here. I know it's still green, but I feel like it's a little bit more toned down than this, than the palm. And also, I didn't want to commit to an actual fall tree because I felt that was too much, and I don't decorate with oranges, so it was kind of hard to find something that was tan looking, or so I felt like this is more toned down version. And then over here, I think I'm gonna try, there were some branches, some leftover cut branches that I had found outside. The neighbors had cut down some of their tree, so they're perfectly dried. So I think I'm gonna try that. I'll do that in a decorating video. I'm not gonna do it in this one, but I am going to take out the palms here and try to put the olive tree here just to get stuff set up and ready. I want to try the tree just in case I have to return it. But yeah, I'm curious to see if that's something different this year. So, and this is also, I also got a different rug to put here, but we'll see if I like it or not. I'm not going to move it up yet because I still need a rug for coming in and out of the door. So I'll just leave this one here, and then I'll wash it and change it out probably in a decorating video. So what do we think? I haven't decided about some of the stuff that's in here either. I will take out probably a couple of these things, but I don't know what all I have to put in that bookshelf. And we'll just have to see how things shake out. That might be the only spot that's left. I'll maybe take out the coral because it's so literal, or the shells or something like that, rearrange it a little bit so it's a little less, or space it out, maybe add some books. I'm not exactly sure. I just don't necessarily want to have to go buy more stuff when I know I have things that I can probably move around. But I do think I like the olive tree. I think that looks really pretty. I love the palm though for a regular season. I think that's just so tropical and also modern, fits the space, but I do think that looks really pretty for fall time, the olive tree. And then over there, I think the branches will look really pretty and complement it, because I will decorate this table not only for fall but for Halloween, and I put like a branch grapevine kind of around the mirror for that time, so I think that'll look really good. This is all the stuff that we have taken. We have the palm over there. Everything else is pretty cleaned up, just pretty neutral. It really does make a difference without some of the added extra things. And then the beach sign is gone, so you can see it's very, very plain, which is okay because this is why I like to this is why I like to have a house that's decorated with such neutrals, because even if I was somebody who did decorate with color for different seasons, you could so easily add this without having to change your whole house or anything. So then we have the olive tree. Let me move my tripod. And then over here, this is pretty plain. So yeah, and then we will start putting all of this away. I also just really quickly did take away the topiaries, the blue Ralph Lauren print from in here, the arrangement from the kitchen table, and then the coastal print that was over there. Now my hanging plants, those do stay. I do not take those down until Christmas, so those will stay. But the tablescape will change. This will change once I decorate for fall, so there'll be an arrangement there within just a few days, really. And then the only other space is the kitchen, which I don't really have any other decor in here. I took away the few florals and plant pieces. The only thing I do have is this fern up here, but to be honest, I'm not taking that down until Christmas time. I don't have anything to replace it, and I think it looks fine up there. It's not that serious. It fits the space perfectly, and I'll maybe worry about that some other time. But like, I also don't take away this bamboo tree. I don't think you have to change out every single thing in your home just for it to feel like it matches seasonally. And most of my stuff is pretty neutral, and I don't decorate with oranges. So, and the only other thing I do need to do is I need to replace, this is actually like a decal. It's a black fridge, but I put stainless, I don't know what else you call it, like a wrap on the fridge, and I do need to replace this panel. There's some moisture in there, I think, because of the dispenser, so I just need to do that, but I will do that with you guys in a different video, probably when I decorate the kitchen. But let's go ahead and get started with putting this stuff away. So we are currently in my office. This is where I work from home. So this is the closet of my office. This holds all of my office supplies, my work stuff, and then my desk is over there. So now in here, this is where I keep all of my inside decor. This is where I keep all the stuff that I change out. All my florals are sorted up here. I have baskets that I sometimes swap, all different things like that. All my vases, well, my decorative vases. My regular vases for arrangements, those are in the kitchen, but I keep all of my coffee table books in here. So these are all Christmas for right now, but once I start rearranging things for the upcoming seasons, whichever, sometimes for spring I take certain ones away. This is where I store them. In here, in this little island, this is actually my Nana's. So this is where I keep all of my seasonal candles. So I have all my fall candles, my Christmas candles, and then my battery-powered candles are down at the bottom. So I just like to keep these sorted in here. My everyday candles I keep in the entertainment center because there's not as many of them, but I like to have a storing place for these. And then this way also I can see what I have from the seasons past, so I'm not rebuying a bunch of candles that I don't need to. And then over here I have these totes that have some of my more neutral stuff, like candle holders, or maybe just some small decor pieces that I can swap out or rearrange. I like to keep all that stuff in here because I don't have proper storage, like enough totes to put this kind of stuff in the garage. And I also feel like sometimes it gets really stale out there. So I like to be able to have it in here, just pick and pull as I'm changing stuff out. So I'm going to bring in most of the things that we picked up from around the house back in here, except for, I believe, the palm I'm going to put in the guest closet just because I don't want to squish it and try and shove it in here, whereas it can stand up perfectly fine in there. So I'll show you guys how I do that. And then come decorating time, I'll come back in here, and then this is where I get some of my stems from. So this will go, not this vase, but these stems will be part of an arrangement. And then we'll come back and kind of restore this a little bit. once Christmas comes along though, I might move this kind of stuff into the totes when I start to decorate around, just because it'll be easier to store some other extra, maybe super fragile things in here. But we'll see when the time comes. Okay. My assistant here is very sleepy and ready for bed after all of her hard work today. But I think that is it. I think we've put everything away that I specifically wanted to pick out and move. Now, I do know a few other things are going to change as I start decorating. Like as I'm looking around, I know that the coffee table will change, and then my kitchen bookshelf and the bar in the kitchen, the hutch, those do change as well. But this is just a really good way to kind of have a palette cleanser in between seasons of decorating. Now, what I had out today when we started is kind of my neutral in between, but this is just a really nice way to kind of start to visualize where the other pieces are gonna go, or maybe some of the new pieces I picked up this year, where is that gonna go, and just start brainstorming some new ideas. So I think I'm gonna call it a night and do a little clothing shift, do a dusting, a little vacuum, and then head to bed for a new day tomorrow. But I hope this inspired you to start to get your home ready for a change of season. And if you are not ready yet, that is okay. I totally support it. It is still very warm here, so even though September starts fall, it is still very hot, so I totally understand. But I have lots of videos coming, I hope. So I will be doing a fall haul. I will be doing lots of other decorate with me's all the way through Christmas. So I hope you guys stick around, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.